What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Thank you for tuning in to Legends Talk. Legends Talk is a platform where we get a chance to chop it up and speak to some people that I consider legends. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily always have to be a baller. We also talk to other people in the basketball world who I consider legends. Today we have none other than Rucker Park's own Mike Larry. It gets different when he's on. If you've been to a game where Mike Larry called, was the MC or the announcer, you know it gets different when he's on. And you know what I'm saying? He pours his heart out into every last second that he's on the floor. He's pouring his heart out. So it was a no brainer for me to actually tap into him and what I'm saying, get him on Legends Talk. Um, but yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Appreciate all the support. Everybody who's sent a comment in, like like the post or whatever the case may be. I really truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. And we're gonna keep rolling till the wheels fall off. But yeah, Legends Talk, y'all. Stay tuned with us. We got the goods, so holla at me. My God, what's going on? Mike
What's good?
Larry,
What's
everybody
good?
in the building. What's
What's
going on
good?
with you,
Hope all
champ?
is
How
well.
you,
Thanks for
man?
having well. I can't complain, man. You know what I mean? Happy to be amongst the land of the living.
Yeah, yeah, of course, man. It's a nasty world out there, man. We just gotta, protect our own, you know what I'm saying, and keep pushing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, man, thank you for joining us on this week's edition of Legends Talk, man. I like to everything good? Everything good? Everything
Everything
gravy?
well, man. Yeah,
Oh,
we
all
we
right,
we
all right.
good to go. Yeah, you know what I
All
mean?
right, so
I'm
yeah,
just looking
so
at your platform, man. It's dope. Look,
I
all things
appreciate
hoop, new
that.
logo. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at everything, and I'm just like, I remember the first day. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like a lot of people don't know the first time. You know what I mean? Gaucho's gym when it was all things. Shout out to all things hoops, and you was just doing papers, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
articles.
yeah.
Now you're doing big things. So me looking at this is like this is dope. I mean, Cal's doing
Nah, you know how we do, man. We
it.
trying to we trying to step it up every day, man. We're just trying to get better and bring the people some good content, man,
Yeah.
in terms of this basketball world. But
Yeah.
again, Legends Talk is something that I started with respect to just paying homage to everybody in that basketball world who's making contributions to the culture. And if anybody's hip to what's going on, they know that it gets different when you on. You know what I'm saying? They already know.
Yeah.
Mike Larry's street ball MC extraordinaire, master of ceremonies, announcer, whatever you want to call him. Mike Larry pours his heart out in every single time he's out there, and so it's only right that we bring him up here. He's if not a legend, he's a legend in the making, and we definitely want to salute you and everything that you've done thus far, as well as everything that you're going to do in the future.
Appreciate you.
With no further ado, man, we're gonna before we get into it, we are going to make sure that we shout out our sponsor, Soul Pack. Soul Pack has been, with us on this journey, supporting us every step of the way, and we have done, been doing the same for them. If you don't, if you haven't been following Soul Pack, if you don't know what they are, please get in tune with them. They are a bag company for the ballers out there. Check it out. And we're gonna be right back after this quick message from Soul Pack.
This is a Brooklyn Bound production.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cal Griffin here back. Mike Larry. Mike Larry was good.
What's good, America? You know the vibes. It's your boy Mike Life from across the bridge where hip hop got started from. The Boogie Down Bronx, New York. I could be anywhere, but tonight I'm here. Legends Talk presented by All Things Hoops. What's good, America?
You already know what it is, and it's
Yeah.
no secret, man. You my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like you just mentioned a little while ago. The very first day we met, was at the rain site at EBC at the time.
Mm,
It was Gaucho's gym. And you guys were having, I think it was an All-Star game if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
And it was my very first time meeting you. And you did something that was shocking to me.
Hmm.
And that was you shouted me out on the mic on a
Hmm.
loudspeaker. And so when I heard that, I'm like, whoa, like, what I'm saying? This never happened to me before. Like, what I'm saying? I've always heard it happened to everybody else, but this,
Yeah.
I wasn't really paying any mind to it. And
Hmm.
when you gave me that shout out, shout out to All Things Hoops in the building. I
Yeah.
taped it and everything, but
Yeah.
that helped propel me as a, not only as a journalist, but as a just wanting to do this. You know what I'm saying? Just wanting to get started, and what I'm saying,
Yeah.
it really it helped me gain that confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always kind of wanted that. I'm a dude that always been in street ball, so it was really gratifying to hear. You know what I'm saying? I've always heard everybody else's name on there, but when I
Yeah.
heard my own, it
Definitely.
was like, wow. So salute to you for doing that, man. It really was a testament to what kind of dude you were. I mean, you was that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Me meeting you for the first time, and it really, showed me who you was as a person. So salute to you with that, man. I
No
really
doubt.
appreciated that.
Anytime. No doubt.
But tell us, from the very beginning. I mean, we've had a couple of sit downs before, a couple of these interviews, not on Legends Talk, but where we've done work before, and
Yeah.
I know the answer to these questions, but
Hmm.
the people out there may not know. How did you get started with announcing? And first of all, when did you get started, and how did it come about?
Um, I got well. Mike Larry Entertainment kicked off in 2014. Um, I was working a regular 9 to 5. Went to work. I say I'm the real life Craig. Like I got fired on my day off, right? So I always joke around like I'm a real life Craig. I got fired on my day off. I went to work to go pick something up on my day off, and they were like, "Oh, yo, listen, we gotta let you go." Like, how? Like, what happened? And
Right.
situation happened. But the very next day, I went down to Rucker Park and was watching games. It was in summertime. I was just watching games. Um, then I hit up Mousy. Shout out to Mousy, Tri-State Classic. I hit him up via Instagram. You know what I mean? The worst thing for me, rejection is not a fear of mine. I don't care when somebody say no because that doesn't change my progress. It just leaves me where I was started at. I started with a no. The worst thing that they could say is no, which doesn't change nothing. The best thing I could say is yes, which changed the atmosphere and changed everything, the trajectory of everything. So I ended up reaching out to Mouse. He was like, "Yo, listen, I go by the name of Larry, and I'm interested in doing a couple games." And he told me to come through, and we was in the back of the park. I mean, we wasn't in the main court. We was in the back of the park, and we was doing a few games. I did a few games. I did like a 13U game, a 10U game, and then some girls game. Two of them were girl games, and one of them was a boy game. So um, I was doing the game there, and that was like on a Friday, and then on Saturday he called me right back like, "Can you pop out?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, no doubt." And then it took flight from there. And I had on the very next week I went back to Rucker Park, just watched some games, and then it was a basketball game on Saturday, which was each one teach Wednesday at Rucker Park. And a good friend of mine, he was coaching, and I was like, "Yo, you ain't got nobody for the mic." He was like, "Nah." I was like, "You don't mind?" He's like, "Go ahead, help yourself." So I got on and I ended up doing the game, not knowing that the commissioner, as well as his high school commissioner, was there. So I paid acknowledge. I acknowledged them. hey, how y'all doing? And then after watching me do the game, they was like, yo, what you doing Monday? And I'm like, nothing. I ain't got no job. So I'm like, nothing. And they was like, come back on Monday. We want you to do a high school game. And it took flight from there. They ain't never let me leave since.
Nah, that's what's up, man. That's how it happens too, man. It
Yeah.
really happens organically
Hmm.
sometimes. And
Hmm.
but in terms of the decision, of you, you know, when did that click in your mind? Like, yo, I wanna really try my hand at this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what brought you up to that point where you reached out to Mousy? Like, I want to know, like, leading up to that, reaching out to Mousy, um, what clicked in your mind that you was like, yo, I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? And were you
It
100%
was,
confident?
yeah, it was,
Shout out to Soul Pack again,
yeah,
by the way.
definitely shout out the Soul Pack. You know what I mean? We working on a collaboration too. I wanted to throw that out there. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
So big shout out to Soul Pack. Um, but what led up to it was it was a time I was working. Then I got fired, of course. Got let go from my job. So I was like, I like basketball. It's probably too late to get into any coaching. I really don't not interested in being a ref, at least not right now. Let me figure out a way I could still make people laugh and enjoy. So I was like, let me just reach out. You understand? And once again, um, a no doesn't scare me. You feel what I'm saying? So I just reached out to Mousy, and that's what led up to it. Was that it was just summertime. I wanted to be around basketball at that moment, and was I confident? I was confident enough to hit him up. I wasn't confident enough to do the game. You feel what I'm saying? At first, because you got nerves all over the place and things of that nature. Whatever the case may be. And I sat there, and I was taking bits and pieces from every announcer I heard to try to figure out what's my flow, what's my style, what is going to work for me. And once again, shout out to Mousy. He'll give me some tips and tricks like, hey, you know what I mean? This person did that. You know what I mean? What
Right,
would we
right.
want to do different? You understand? I take it, you feel what I'm saying? Some of the stuff I used, some of the stuff I didn't. Until I found my own niche. Once I found my own niche, then it was it for that. I was like, all right, bet I could flow this, I could do this here. You understand? So um and just communicating. I had to build that confidence up somehow because it was different being on the main stage. And the second time Muncie called me back, we went from the back court to the main court. So it was just like in a matter of 2 days, I'm back. I'm doing live action on the main court with everybody watching now, things
Right.
of that nature. So the confidence level had to be to the sky, but it was a work in progress.
Nah, definitely, the confidence definitely was there since day one. And
Hmm.
it kind of, I don't know if you was just like, yo, just go out there and and flip a switch, and you know what I'm saying, and it's like any actor or any kind of performer, when it's
Hmm.
time, when it's showtime, you know what I'm saying, it's
Yeah,
showtime, and you
yeah,
can't really, you kind of black out.
yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
but in terms of, like, again, I'm a street ball dude, so I've been going to street ball games since, I was going with my pops when I was a little dude. So,
Hmm.
I'm accustomed to, even like my teenage years, me and my dudes, we all going to the street ball game, Kingdom.
Hmm.
We going to Rucker, we going to,
Hmm.
what I'm saying, Dykeman. Together
Yeah,
we still 119th Street.
yeah.
We going, we just traveling, hoops in the sun. Um,
Facts.
we just traveling, going to street ball games, and that was big, at that time, because like a lot of inner city kids, we ain't got money to go to Madison Square Garden to
Yeah,
watch our
facts.
favorite player. And if
That's a
we could
fact.
watch Ron Artest right here, what I'm saying, in your backyard, yo,
Hmm.
you know what I'm
I'm
saying,
going.
it
Yeah,
kind of turns you out a little bit, like, whoa, like
yeah,
this is it right here, you know what I'm saying? And at
hmm,
that time, it was like, yo, anyway, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of other stuff going on at the street ball games with the
yeah,
drinking and
yeah,
indulging and whatnot. But that's part of the culture as well.
yeah.
But in terms of you, um, gaining this confidence or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't know that the announcer is a really integral part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? At this, especially street ball. Like, what is the hardest part of doing doing what you do.
Um, and the reason being is because you got a lot to deal with throughout the course of the day. So the hardest part is getting there. Besides getting there, the hardest part will be interacting with the crowd. Not everybody's a fan of the announcer. You
Yeah,
got your hecklers, you got everybody that they just want to watch the game. Um, Whatever the situation may be, whatever the case may be, somebody's always frustrated. So it's just trying to figure out the atmosphere of whom we're dealing with, which crowd or which section. I always find at least one or two sections I could rock with. And then by the end of the game or by the end of my first game, going to my second game, now you got other people like, yo, you could come over here and rock with us. It was like, yeah, I couldn't do that at game one because y'all had the poo poo face and
right, right,
y'all ain't want to rock with the kids. So I find you gotta find a group. So I would say that's the hardest part is finding someone or find a group of people that just come out to have fun because that's what I do it for. I do it to have fun. I do it to just get people minds off of reality for the moment. The 3, 4, 5, 6 hours you there in the park with me, I'm gonna take your mind off reality. I don't want you to worry about your credit score, your bill collector. When you get home, I don't want you to worry about none of that. 'Cause you're in the atmosphere of fun. When you get home, then you worry about that. But when you're in my presence, I just want to ease your mind with a little bit of fun.
right. Nah, that's where it should be. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
there's a lot of characters that take it too far, take it, the overanalyze stuff. Just have fun,
Hmm.
man. And everybody out
Hmm.
here, everybody got issues, like you said, bill collectors, this, that, and the third. But
Yeah,
while you have the game, it's supposed to be fun. So,
absolutely.
and honestly, I've always been a fan of the announcers. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Even sometimes more so than the actual game, because
Yeah.
some announcers can turn a weak game. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? A game with five, what I'm saying, like five people in the
Hmm.
crowd
Yeah.
into something that's, what I'm saying, like the best time of your
Hmm.
life almost. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
guys like, well, I'll let you mention the individuals, but what kind of individuals, like, and announcers or whatever, did you kind of look up to in this industry, and did you try to emulate their style, or you said you took bits and pieces of different people's styles, so
Yeah.
how did that go?
Um, when I first, my dad used to take me to the basketball games, Rocker Park, all the time. Me and my dad used to go, and then I became real good friends with Greg Marius. Rest in peace, Greg Marius, EBC
Oh, I see.
commissioner. And he once I befriended him, every now and again he'd let me know, yo, this person stopping by, come to the game, stuff like that. So if I wasn't there with my dad, I was with Greg. So um, I would always see Booby Smooth and then Al Cash and Hannibal and stuff like that. And when I seen those guys, I had an opportunity just to talk with Booby Smooth way before I started doing this. And he said, "Man, just have fun. You know what I mean? Just have fun." All right, cool. That was enough for me. Just have fun. So, like I said before, when we had this conversation, man, I used to mute the TV, me and Pops, and I
Right.
used to, make Booby Smooth. And what I took from Booby was just have fun with the crowd. You understand? What I took from Hannibal is a little cliche here and there, a little saying here and there. You feel what I'm saying? Um, those was the ones I really looked up to. And then you got your ones that's out currently who's doing everybody who's doing their thing. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Dave Chaching. Shout out to Jay, to Mr. Talk Spicy. Joe Pope was another one that
Mm.
me and him we actually did an event together. Me and Joe Pope did something together. Um, and I spent like a day with him. We would just chop it up, and he was just giving me pointers and giving me tips and what to say, what not to say, what works out. But he always told me just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be me. Don't try to be Booby. Don't try to be Hannibal. Be me. You understand? And that's what I did. Besides taking all those things, Duke Tango, oh baby, like I reference those things every once in a while because I know somebody paved the way. You feel what I'm saying? So you got a lot of people out here like oh, I'm it. But you wouldn't have been it without somebody paving the way. So I always pay homage to the guys that was there before me.
Nah, absolutely, man. Those guys that you mentioned, in addition to a few other ones that some of my favorites, my personal favorites was like well, Booby Smooth, of course. I remember
Hmm.
he was at Kingdom actually, and then he went
Hmm.
to EDC. But after Booby, um, there was AG. AG was one of my
AG, Voice of Harlem. Yeah,
hey
yeah.
hey this basketball game done did so much for AG, man. AG done
Facts.
had a rap single. Your man is on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
this is it could change your life out here.
It
This is
could.
serious.
It could.
It could change
It
your life
could.
out here. So
And that's just the
it,
basketball. That's just the street ball world. You understand? I always looked up to um Marv Robert. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's
right,
just
right,
position
right,
wise. You understand? I had the opportunity to meet Mark Jackson. I'm pretty sure we'll get into that. But little things like that, and Gunny, just hearing them, hearing what they say, like what they could say could change the game. You understand? And it's not like the players hear them, but it
right,
just
right,
make you say, "Oh, word, yeah." You understand?
right,
For somebody that's watching TV, like, yeah, you right. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he
right,
got all these theatrics and stuff like that. So, with me being an announcer, it's not like TV. I'm not just talking to a radio audience or TV audience. I'm talking to live people, so they hear what I say. So I
right.
could change the culture of a game in 2.3 seconds if you allow me to, all because of what I said and how I said, which could be a good thing and a bad thing, depending on
Right.
how you use it.
Now, of course, man, Marv Albert was he's probably one of my favorite,
Hmm.
analysts or whatever commentators, and he just gets you so hyped. It's nothing like the combination of Marv Albert and Michael Jordan
Hmm.
to get your blood pumping. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But
Facts.
all right, so like say for instance, you have a big game. And I don't know what you consider a big game, whether it be just the atmosphere, the actual players who are actually competing,
Hmm.
um, or something else. But in terms of like how do you prepare, like what do you put into your preparation into a big game, in terms of emceeing or announcing?
Another good question, Cal, man. You locked in.
There
um,
you go.
the
We're gonna be. I
the
told
my
you it's gonna be a little
preparation.
different.
Yeah, listen, I love difference is a good thing.
It gets
Um,
different when I'm on, man.
that's that's factual. That's factual, man. But my preparation is a little bit different. Um, First and foremost, I consider every game a big game because shout out to Mike Jackson once again. He said you never know who's in the crowd, whether it be 5 or 5,000. Somebody could change your life. You understand? So every game to me is a big game. But those marquee games and primetime games when you have top or D1 level or 5-star prospects playing and stuff like that, or NBA players playing and stuff like that. The way I prepare through the week, I try to listen to different songs that's on the radio, stuff like that, because I take my catchphrases and maybe from songs and stuff like that. Like Cardi B had a song out called "I Like It Like That," so I use that as one of my sayings, just like Cardi B, I like it like that, and you understand she that was little my little thing and stuff like that. So I listen to the songs, but probably like the day of the game, I won't listen to no music. I probably go to the game quiet as a church mouse. You feel what I'm saying? Why? Because I want to focus up. I don't want nothing to take my mind off of the task I have at hand. You understand? And it really depends on the day. And that's all the way till I get to the game. Once I get to the game, I may put on one song that I want to hear. That's just gonna get me hype, wake me up a little bit because them no music quiet car rides is them downtimes. You know, they can put you in the
Hmm.
sleep mode. They can put you in relax mode. And for this game, I gotta wake up. You understand? So I can put on one song, whether it's Meek Mills, whether it's Pop Smoke, rest in peace. Anything that's gonna get my blood going and my blood boiling and get me activated real quick, and then I can lock in and just like you said, turn that switch on. But there's 9 times out of 10 that switch is on before I get to the park because I understand the stakes is high.
Right. Now, of course, man. Is so when you arrive to the park, your blood is already on
I'm
maybe
on
on
tilt.
eight. You're on 8 or 9 or maybe
I'm about like on 7, 8. You understand? Like
yeah,
you hear me say something like, "Oh, we got to get to level 10." You understand? We gotta get to level 10. And
Right.
I'm at 7, 8 already. So
Yeah.
I've gotta walk the people to I gotta get them to where I'm at. Once I
Yeah.
get them to where I'm at, then whoever's on the ones and twos, whoever DJing, and then once he reached my magnitude, I'll be like, all right, let's get the 9 now. And by fourth quarter, we done hit the rest of the scale. We above and beyond.
Right. Right. Now let me know. This is a kind of left field, but when you're announcing, right? And I'm almost certain that there's dead times in the game where you know the game is maybe it's a blowout, maybe it's just
Hmm.
like nobody really competing. That's with any names, or not saying that you chasing any names or anything like that, but just saying
Hmm.
is a bad game. At any times, like how do you like are you able to keep going during those times where like, yo, this is a blowout? How can I keep, what else is there to say? Like,
Yeah, I listen. That's another great question, man. The way I do it is I just have to have a talk and a coaching with myself. Like I tell myself, um, it's two things you could do, Larry. You could give them a superb performance, or you give them a superior performance. You understand? And my thing is, I never want the people to walk away and say he was alright. You understand? So it's like my name was on the line, blowout or not. You understand? I want somebody to lead the park and say, you know what? That kid Mike Larry was hilarious. You understand? Like I didn't even realize they was down. You understand? So that's one with me. That's how I figure out a way to keep going, to stay inspired, to keep on pressing because my name was online. I want people to walk away and be like, "Yo, he was dope." You feel what I'm saying? Regardless of it's a blowout or not, I got to figure out a better way to just continue to keep going because somebody's watching. Somebody's watching. It's not always what we want. We don't want no blowouts, you understand? And we wanna flow. You feel what I'm saying? And then some people play according to the announcer. So if I'm dead, then the game is dead. You feel the player
right,
like, yo, I'm not into it. So I give 110% energy. Sometimes I even go to timeouts and I talk to the coach. Your coach, tell him to turn up, B. You know what I mean? I shouldn't be. I'm not the one playing. And the
right,
coach is
right,
like, "Now, who you talking to? Hey, yo, let's go." And it's just a little switch. Everybody has it, and you gotta figure out who it is. If it's not the coach, it's probably a player on the team. Like, yo, y'all came all the way out here for that. All right. You understand? They're like, nah, not me. Yeah, don't get caught on the app. Somebody recording. You understand? That changes the whole game, man. You understand? So that's how I keep going. You know, I believe it was a few years back when you wrote an article, on me, and I still got that article too. And one of your lines you have put in that article was, "You can make a whack game good or a boring game exciting." You understand? One of
right, right,
those statements, and that was everything to me because a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people, it has to be a marquee player. It has to be a 5-star player. It has to be some type of NBA level type player. Like,
right.
can you do that with nobody in the stands, or can you do that with nobody playing? Listen, everybody's good at their own level, so figure it out. And that's what I try to do.
Nah, of course, man. That's the recipe, man. I believe that's the recipe. So, what I'm saying, for success, just
Hmm.
to, put your head down and do what you do.
Hmm.
Now, in terms of the players, or even personalities, or even influencers that you've been able to meet, even ex professional basketball players, whatever the case may be. um can you just name drop a few of the people who you had the pleasure to meet, and maybe work with, or what have you?
Absolutely. Just a few people had the opportunity. I mentioned Mark Jackson. Came to the park on an off day. I just so happened to be riding by, and I stopped in the park. Nobody in the park, and he walked in, and that's when I took the opportunity to pick his brain. So, Mark Jackson, Shaquille O'Neal,
Well,
Cameron.
what did Mark say? What did Mark tell you?
So Mark had I had an opportunity to pick his brain. He was getting ready to leave the park, and Troy Jackson, who is aka Escalade when he had
Oh, I
passed
see.
away. That's Mark Jackson's brother. So I went to Mark and I was like, yo, big shout out. I was a huge fan of your brothers, as well as you going to St. John's, going to Bishop Lockland. Like, shout out to you. And he was like, you know what I mean? I know that's Googleable information, but You understand? How did you know it off the head? And I'm like, cause I padded my game. I wasn't the fastest, so when I did play basketball, I wanted to be the smartest. And to me, Mark Jackson was really smart on the court. So I always used to watch this game. And then I had told him he got in the car, he got ready to pull off, and I ran to the car, knocked on the door, knocked on the window, and I said, "Don't mean to be disrespectful. How could I get to the next level? I just don't want to be a street ball legend. I just don't want to be street ball famous." He said, "Yeah, why not be both?" I said, "I agree. How would I do that?" He said, "Perform like there's no one else in the crowd, whether it's five or 5,000.
Mm.
Someone in that crowd could change life." And that just encouraged me because I was like that anyway. Like I'm giving 110% from the gate. I don't know what downtime is like. And when he told me that, that was very encouraging to hear. And every once in a while, he'll hit me up via DM or text my phone and, "Hey, I seen the clipping of you on such and such page." And um, shout out to Coach Byron Scott, Primetime Basketball League. Coach Byron Scott, the CEO of that league, and I announced there. And Mark Jackson seen the clipping of me doing that game, and he was like, I see you keep working, keep pressing." So you understand, just to name a few: Mark Jackson, Shaquille O'Neal, um, Byron Scott, Cameron, uh, Mike Brown, Scott Brooks, Allen Houston. I did a few events for Allen Houston. Um,
Mm.
who else, man? I
Yeah.
a few people. Then you got a couple of celebrities and stuff like that. But those in the basketball culture, those were the few people that I was able to meet as well as work with. You understand? That was a
Right,
good
right.
thing. Is that some people just meet them. Like I had the opportunity to meet them. I had the opportunity to meet them and work with them. Like that goes in the resume. You understand? That was
Now,
dope.
of course. Now, of course, man. Those are some reputable, you know what I'm saying, reputable people that you had the pleasure to meet and rub shoulders with. You know what I'm saying? You never knew,
Absolutely.
and you never know. Like Mark said, you know, whether that's five people or 5,000, one person
Hmm.
could change your life, man. That advice, man, is it goes deeper than just basketball. By the way, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Fact. Fact.
but so in terms of Rucker Park, man, you know, it's kind of it's under well, it's noticeable now that Rucker Park isn't what it used to be, right? So
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
terms of like what do you feel is the thing that's stopping Rucker Park from getting those, you know, from getting those crowds? Like how did the landscape kind of shift where, you know, Rucker Park, out of everybody, you know, out of all parks, it being the mecca of street ball basketball, how
Hmm.
did this, you know, how did the crowds shift, you know what I'm saying, from one park to a different park, and do you think that you know, it's gonna come back around to, you know, to Rucker Park where, you know, it'll resemble something of the past?
Believe so, man. First, I believe the reason why it happened when Greg Marius passed away. When he passed, a lot of everybody else passed with that, right? So they was like, okay, I don't have to deal with. Greg is no longer my point person. Who was the point person? And there was nobody next in line. You feel me? So the next in line person was somebody that nobody wanted to deal with. So it started to dwindle. You understand? Like when he was still alive, we would still get a crowd in. We would still get events planned there and stuff like that. So we was making it work. You know, it wasn't 98 or 96 crowd, but we were still getting stuff. So when he passed, a lot of things passed with it. So we're back at square one. You know what I'm saying? We got to rebrand and rebuild and stuff like that. And I, the reason why the crowd went from one area to the next, or one park to the next park to the next event to the next event, is because you have just like a clock. You know what I mean? It hits 12 o'clock. It's gonna go around the circle. You know what I mean? One thing that's hot is not always hot. You know what I mean? There was once upon a time felines was the thing. People was going to get them Grand Hills. Them felines people was going to get. You couldn't tell me they was
Right,
on everybody's feet. You know what I
right.
mean? What happened? Ain't that it died down. It's just the trend ended. You understand? So it's like, you understand? I think that's what happened with Rocket Park. Um, we swayed away that we just in a rebuild curve, and it takes some times to rebuild such a iconic um, league. You understand?
Right,
Getting the
right,
names, and then you got a lot of people that's not doing certain things. Like you have your NBA players is really not coming to no parks. You
right.
understand? Yeah, you may have Trey Burke pop out to the other park and this play park out, D'Angelo Russell pop out to that park, but who else is really? You understand? You're not getting no top tier players. You understand? We had Isaiah Whitehead and Lance Stevenson pop out to ours, and that was a show. You feel what I'm saying? So you got a lot of people not doing it no more. And then back in the days, you had record labels putting teams in. You know,
Mm-hmm.
nobody's doing it no more. So now
Right,
we got to find a different outlet, and that takes some time because we just don't want to give anybody the forum of Rucker Park. You understand? I could go get 5, 10 people right now that's good in basketball. You understand? And they'll probably put up a good show, but is people gonna come watch? You understand?
right,
So
right,
we got to find the coaches with the players and then work from there. You understand? It may have to be dummy down prices and stuff like that. And that's what happens. And to find a proper sponsor that believes in the vision as well as can help us out. We got a lot of sponsors that always ask one question: what could you do for us? And it's like, I agree, you're right. What could we do for y'all? But what could y'all do for us as a unit? Like, what could we do for each other? You understand? We
right.
got the Mecca Park. We got the best park in the league, in the world. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we got our park is regulation. No other park outside of Rucker Park is regulation. You feel what I'm saying? Watson, Dykeman, LES Express, Hoops in the Sun. We got the regulation park. You understand? Our court is
No,
regulation.
no,
So
all love
no
to
hating,
those
all
brands.
love to those guys. You know what I mean? Because all those my guys. You feel
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I work with all of them. Literally, I work with all of them. You feel what I'm saying? But we got a Mecca. We got an iconic park, and sometimes we could do a lot just for having that park. You understand? As you can see, New York versus New York, the last two championship games um was at Rucker Park. It could have been anywhere else. They could have did it anywhere else, but did at Rucker Park because they're going to close on the Mecca. They're going to close on the stage. So it's just a rebuilding parade. It's a rebuilding brand, a rebuilding stage, and we want to get there. It's going to take some time to get there.
yeah, man. I mean, I truly, I feel the same way that it's gonna take a little bit of time. Because just like you said, like if you have the players and you know you can have all the best players in the world pretty much.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If nobody knows about it, if nobody knows to, you know what I'm saying, that yo, we back, you know what I'm saying, that we have these players,
Hmm.
they're not gonna show up. So it's gonna take a little time to get to build that momentum up again. But
Facts.
I truly believe that you guys, you know, are capable of doing that.
Yeah.
Um, Now, in terms of you, you know, as a businessman, you know, where do you want to take your, you know, your talent in terms of career wise, and in terms of, you know, where would you like to see Mike Larry Entertainment in terms of, you know, the announcing and just you as a talented person, where would you know, where would you want to take your talent in, you know, say 5, 10 years or something like that? And I hate
Um.
asking those type of questions, but
Yeah. Yeah. Not for you because they don't want to see you that far, but
right,
you got to have a plan. You know what I mean? A dream without a plan is just a goal without a plan is just a dream. You
right,
understand? So, uh, my goal is to get to. I want to sit on the NBA panel. You feel what I'm saying? Whether it be calling a game with Mark or Jeff or Marv, or any of those guys. Um, I want to be able to either do that or sit on a TNT panel. You understand? With Kenny, Chuck, and Ernie and Shaq, because I know the game. You understand? I know the game. I could talk basketball with the best of them. And I could have told you how the NBA Finals series was gonna play out. You understand? Like I could have said it. You understand? That's where I see myself going. The steps that I have to take to get there, which is being taken, you know what I'm saying, or taken, whatever the word may be.
right.
The steps that I'm taking to get to that next level, I am doing it, but it takes some time to get to that level. You understand? But I definitely see myself doing a sitting on a panel or even calling games and whether it be the bubble or the arenas.
Yo, let me ask you this real quick, man. In terms of the LeBron, the LeBron, the whole, everybody's either pro LeBron or against LeBron. What's your take on King James and and just what I mean, obviously you said you could call the games and you probably knew the Lakers was going to win that, just
Hmm.
like probably everybody in America. But what's your take on
Hmm.
LeBron? And yeah, are you pro LeBron or are you against LeBron?
Um, I'm all for LeBron. You know what I mean? I just don't like. See, here's the situation.
And is he better than
I'm
Mike?
see
Let's get
that's where
that
I'm
first.
going with it. Like, let's get that first straight, right? I'm a
Let's
Michael
get that.
Jordan fanatic. Like, I'm I'm a Michael Jordan fan. Like, you know what I mean? His jersey being stolen in Orlando when he had to wear the 12. Like, um, he was the only one to wear uh uh um Penny Hardaway's doing a gas basketball game. Like, I'm a Michael Jordan fan. You understand? Like, I seen Mike do some GOAT stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And then then here comes this tight end, 6'8", 250, you know what I mean, named LeBron James. And I'm like, wow. But when everybody's saying is he the GOAT, I compare him to Magic. And the reason why I compare him to Magic Johnson because he's a pass first player. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
LeBron's a pass first player. That's just in DNA. My frustration with LeBron comes is you running 100 yard dash and you get to the finish line and you bend down to tie your shoe at the finish line. Like, bruh,
All right,
finish. I just want to see it one time, like finish.
right.
I don't want to see a play. Everybody was like when he hit that shot when he was with Cleveland against Orlando,
Yeah,
a game one in the playoffs. That was the only play left.
yeah. That was
Like
it.
he
Yeah,
had
that was
no
it.
he had no choice. I want to see LeBron finish when you have choices. Like, can you pass it or do I finish and take this bucket? I.e., point in case, for example, when he kicked it out to Danny Green. You have 40, brother. There's one or two things the referees are going to do. They're either going to call foul or the
Yeah, yeah,
Miami Heat is going to
yeah.
let you lay the ball up.
Right.
Simple. You was
Yeah,
having one of those type of
yeah.
games.
If you go strong enough, they're gonna call a foul, or they're gonna, yeah,
Simple. They're
yeah,
going to give you a layup or they're going to call a foul. And you decide to kick it out, and everybody was like, "Oh, but he's a 38% free 3-point shooter." In the season, he's a 38%. In
right,
the finals, he's 22%. Do
right.
your math. Like, you know what I mean? Do I live with LeBron? You know what
I
I mean?
mean,
Finish at the bucket? Or do I kick it out? So that's just my
I'm
thing. I want to see LeBron finish because I think he has the ability to do it. He just don't do it for us.
right now. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I wanted to see him. I wanted to see him take it as well, like 1-on-5. And it doesn't matter. Like, yo, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm taking it. I got just because when we were watching Mike, that's what would happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, or everybody
Absolutely.
huddle, uh, everybody be standing up. You know what I'm saying? Yo, watch the ball go to Mike. Mike
Hey,
is gonna Mike is gonna turn around, pull up a fade away, and it's gonna
uh-huh.
go in.
It's
And
gonna go
and
in
that's exactly what happened every time, right?
every time. And
But,
then
but
everybody always say, "Oh, but Mike passed it to Steve Kerr."
he
Danny
did.
Green and no Steve Kerr. Like, you feel
No,
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad at the pass to Danny Green because Danny Green was wide open.
Wide
And
open.
yeah, for any professional dude that gets paid to play ball, and
You knock that
especially if
down.
you're a 3-point marksman, you
Yeah,
got to
you
knock
gotta knock that down. I listen. I totally agree.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
totally
So
agree. I don't take it past him. You know what I mean? Like I give that to him all the time. Like it was the right basketball play, but I don't think it was the right finals play. You
right,
understand? If you like what that mean, like he should have. You got 40. You know what I mean? I'm the type of person is I'm gonna live with the W. I'm gonna live
right,
with the L. Like when this door said and done, you can say, "Yo, what happened?" I took the shot.
right.
That's what happened. I was going for 42. 40 wasn't enough. You understand? And some people
But
gotta.
sometimes it's a double-edged sword with that though. Like, cause say for instance, LeBron would have muscled something up, forced it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Then
Missed
the
it.
media would have said
Would
why
have
he
been
didn't
like, yo,
pass it
he was
out.
wide
Yeah.
open. Look at. Look at him right there. He's looking at you,
Yeah,
LeBron. Why didn't you pass it? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it goes,
yeah.
it's a double-edged sword with LeBron. The media gonna crucify him either way.
Mhm.
But he's one of those generational talents that please do not miss out on
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 greatness. Yeah, he good.
just
He good.
because.
Listen, LeBron is it, man. I'm not taking nothing away from that man. I just know and that's another thing. I was going back and forth with somebody. I was like, maybe I got caught in I'm so used to my era of basketball. I'm so used to Mike taking that shot. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, I'm so used
Is
to
he better than Kobe?
who LeBron.
Yeah,
He does certain things better than Kobe, but he's not a better finisher. I'm a clutch. I like that type of basketball. I'm a
right,
clutch person. Like I like seeing somebody go and finish the game. You understand? Like
right.
I seen Kobe take a shot.
To the dagger.
You know what I mean? Like and I'm talking about the shot versus Dwayne Wade off the glass. Was
Yeah,
there a better shot? Yes. Was there a better play? Absolutely. But
yeah.
Kobe was like, "Yo, I'm gonna live and die with this win or loss. It's on me."
Right. Facts, facts.
You understand? And that's what frustrates me about LeBron. Once again, I take nothing away from that man. You feel what I'm saying? Besides the fact of when everything happened and he walked out the meeting saying, "Listen, y'all can do what y'all want to do. I got mine." Like, you know what I mean? I was a little frustrated with that comment from him because you're the face of the NBA. You know what I mean? Everybody got to win. If you
Yo, yeah, you can hear me? Little bit of technical difficulty, but nonetheless, great interview by Mike Larry. We are probably, if he doesn't come back in the next couple seconds, we are probably gonna wrap this up. Everybody, please stay tuned to Legends Talk. We are gonna be dropping new episodes every Tuesday and every Thursday. Um, so please stay tuned. Again, um, check out Soul Pack. They got some fire. You know what I'm saying? Back of me, you see some the different bags that Soul Pack has blessed me with, and we chilling. But actually, Mike Lowry's back. We probably gonna wrap it up, but we're gonna get him on just to give that formal wrap up. Yo,
yeah, my fault, man. I'm not sure what took
no, no,
place,
no,
man.
it's good, it's good. But
But
but yeah, man. I ain't gonna hold you too long. I know we at the fifth, just about 50-minute mark right now. And I just told the people that we was gonna wrap it up. But
okay.
Mike Larry, man, I really appreciate you for coming on board. Legends Talk, man. We need to have you back, and so that we could maybe chop it up about some games, some actual games happening. When
Yeah,
whole COVID-19 thing kind of subsides, and we're back to normal a little bit, and we're back to back to the parks and back to those arenas and whatnot.
definitely,
Um,
definitely.
we definitely need to reconvene and put something together, man. But that goes without saying. You my
Yeah,
guy.
no, definitely, no doubt. Thanks for having me. You know what I mean? Be on the lookout. Mike Larry's doing a collaboration with Champ Sports in East Bay. That'll be dropping real soon, so just be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
Um, a little game show we got going on. It'll be a weekly thing, so just be on the lookout for that. And Primetime Basketball League, we getting back on the ball and getting back the ball rolling on certain things. So we got a little 12 city tour coming up. So just
Mm,
be on the lookout those things. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at I am underscore Mike Larry MICLARRY, same as Twitter. And we go from there, man. All things Hoops. Cal, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
my
Legend
God.
Talk. Keep doing your thing, man.
My God, man. It's a pleasure to have you. I appreciate you, man.
No doubt, family.
All right, man. Be good.
Likewise.
So So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Legends Talk with Mike Larry. Mike Larry, he's on his way to legendary status, and it's nobody could tell me different. But I appreciate everybody for checking me out. Definitely stay tuned to what we got coming up. We got some solid guests coming up, and yeah, we out. Legends Talk with your boy Cal Griffin. www.allthingshoops.com. Check me out.